Hey, Good Speaking Gigs friends. This is Tim David, the packaging and promotional magician for speakers who want to earn 5 figures per speech in the corporate and business spaces. I truly believe that every speaker can achieve the kind of clarity with their messaging and their marketing that makes clients go, wow, we need that and we need that yesterday. So again, I am here in my entryway, and I just want to quickly show one of my favorite rooms in the house. I have my Harry Potter Hogwarts Express that goes around the ceiling there. Kind of fun. Now, the title of this video is how to know when you finished your speech or how to finish writing your speech. And really what I want to do in this video is I want to disabuse you of the notion that your speech can be finished. I want you to view your speech as a work in progress. I want you to always be learning, always be developing your content, and that puts you in a position that is more trustworthy and more likable because you're not saying this to your audiences. You're not saying, hey, I have finished my speech. I have all the answers. You should book me because I have the speech and it is perfect and I have finished it and it is ready to put out in the marketplace. I have the answers. We call that being the sage from the stage. And you do not want to be a sage from the stage. Rather, you want to be a guide from the side. You never stop being a student just because you've become a teacher. Say that again. Okay, I will. You never stop being a student just because you've started being a teacher. Why is it that when people become speakers, they feel like it's a bad look to continue their education? They feel like it's a bad look to invest in other speakers programs and because I'm not a student anymore. I'm already established. I'm a speaker now. I am no longer a student. That is suicide. That is speaker business suicide when you stop learning about your topic. You know, if you call yourself an expert, you might start to believe that hype. So allow me once again to disabuse you of the notion that you're done ever with your speech. We have a saying in the Get Speaking Gigs world. It is get good, get gigs, then get great. Get good, get gigs, get great. So develop that speech. Yes. How do you know when you're done? The answer is you'll never be done. So how do you know when to start speaking? My rule of thumb is when you feel like you're about 80% done, 80% confident. Then you book the gig. Then you use that time that you have to customize the presentation for that audience and finish the rest of your 20%. Get good enough. Good enough is good enough. 80% of the way there. Then you book the dang gig. People, listen to me. It is going to be impossible for you to finish writing your speech unless you have an audience to speak to. It's going to be so difficult to write a speech that is just for a general audience. You want to know that you're going to be at the American Bankers Association. You want to know that you're going to be speaking to an audience of IT professionals. You want to know that you're in a room full of HR pros. You want to know who you're writing the letter to before you write the letter. So get good, get gigs. That is how you get great. You work in your material and you add and you tweak and you edit and you customize and you listen to audiences and you survey and you do all of those things to remain a student of your craft and to not believe your own website, not believe your own hype that you are this established expert who has arrived. Always, always, always be a student. Now, I'm doing these daily live streams at the encouragement of one of our summit speakers, Darren LaCroix. He said, hey, do 77 days in a row of live streams. By the end, you'll be pretty darn good. In other words, get good, do the dang live streams. That is how you get great. And you'll notice I'm tweaking my message subtly. subtly along as I go. I am listening to comments. I am, taking it all in. I'm watching my videos and seeing how things sounded. Continue to be a student. Continue to learn. And by the way, I'm also investing in my own education, in speaker programs and training, in mastermind groups. And here is a takeaway. Write this down. You can't expect anyone to invest in you if you're not investing in you. How can you expect people to pay for your advice when you're not out there paying for advice? How can you expect people to invest in you and your speech and your knowledge and your wisdom if you're not out there developing that knowledge and wisdom and investing in yourself? Always, always, always be a student. Not even when you're a teacher, but especially when you are a teacher, when you are elevated to a position of authority or leadership or expertise. That is especially the time to really hone your skills and really develop your chops. Now, Darren LaCroix did a live stream recently, and I want to close with this little story that he said, and I'm going to paraphrase it, but I love, love, love the message of one of his coaches. It was an acting coach, but I love the message for speakers. Here it is. Speaking is a grind. Speaking is difficult. Speaking is hard. And he started to list all of these horrible things. You got to get on airplanes. You're going to have to grind it out. You're going to have to, work long hours. It is not an overnight success or a get rich quick thing. And he just started talking bad about the speaking industry. And he says, if I have just talked you out of the speaking business, that's good. Now you know you can go and focus on other things. But if I can't talk you out of the speaking business, then maybe you have a chance to succeed. And isn't it true that passion and excitement comes first? And if you have that level of passion and excitement to the point where you can't not do this, then of course you're going to be that student. Of course you're going to put in those long hours to educate yourself. Of course you're going to read the books and take the courses and hire the coaches. Of course you're going to do those things because it's the level of passion where you can't not do it. So if you can be talked out of the speaking business, then it's good to know sooner rather than later. But if you can't be talked out of the speaking business, then maybe you have a chance. So thank you to Darren LaCroix for this challenge. Thank you to Darren LaCroix for the inspiration to, as he says, become world class and to chase world class. And to do everything in such a way where you are aspiring towards world class, while at the same time recognizing at every step of the way, even when you think you've arrived, you're still a student. So how do you know when you finish your speech? How do you finish writing your speech? The answer is you don't. You continue writing it, you continue developing it, and you continue improving it. That is all for me today. Speak soon.